Welcome into another episode of Talking Business. I am Scott Mann, and I'm joined today by Bill Cox. Bill, thanks for stopping in.
Thank you for letting me be here.
So Bill Cox is the president of Bill Cox Furniture, and he's also the owner of Apex Manufacturing.
That's
So
correct.
Bill, tell us a little bit about how you got started and how you've grown your business.
Okay. Of course, so the Bill Cox Furniture, and it's a family-owned and operated company. So my family started it in 1972. I was 8 years old at the time. Began working in the business when I was 12. Started delivering then, and kept all the way through my college years doing deliveries, and began actual working in the business when I was 21. So that company has now grown to two retail locations. We run retail furniture sales in every category of retail furniture. My other company is Apex Custom Furniture, which is dedicated to the RV industry. We build custom furniture for luxury Class A RVs. I got into that through my wife is a Class A luxury RV designer. So she got us started into that, and that was 3 years ago. And in 3 years, we have grown from one sofa to having 58 SKUs that we now build for different RV manufacturers. We are currently shipping 3 to 5 truckloads of furniture a week from that location. My other store, the Bill Cox Furniture Store, we have 5 trucks now that do deliveries, and they run every day from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. doing deliveries. So that the reason I mention that is in the furniture industry, you know how successful the furniture store is by the amount of delivery trucks you have. A normal delivery truck in a year can deliver somewhere between $1.5 million to $2 million worth of inventory. So that'll kind of tell you where we're at. If you ever think somebody's bragging on a furniture company and they say they do all this business, well, look at their furniture trucks. If they've only got 3 or 4, they probably are lying to you. So it's a neat way to do it, but it's a challenging time. I hope everybody understands that the COVID operation that we have, supply chain is very difficult right now. So we're struggling through it, but getting it done quite well.
Excellent. So what type of education would you recommend for somebody who is wanting to start a business?
Start just any kind of business or a business like mine?
Any kind of business.
Any kind of business. I definitely feel like you should be somewhere in the financial world. The business side of the economics of the taxes, the amount of just insurance, taxes, and that the finance side is the big part of it. To me, your biggest creditor that you have is the government. People don't understand that. They think they're going to be paying all these money to all these people to get their income and goods in. Your overall biggest creditor is the government. Taxes are the largest payouts you do every year. So you have to learn that part. And if you don't want to be the accountant, find you one that's really smart. That's what you have to really have. So that would be the part I would say to you. If you're talented in a certain direction, I would take that and use it, but really need to be really good in the financial side.
Okay. So what about like the HR side of it? And is there something that can make somebody kind of well diverse in knowing multiple aspects? Or is this something that you would kind of recommend them have a specialty person maybe once
For HR?
for everything? For
Yeah,
the HR
I
side,
think
for
you,
the marketing.
right. Depending on the size of the business you have, if you're going to go into a small business, you better learn to wear a lot of hats.
Right.
Just today, I mean, I have 36 employees, but today they were all gone and 2 trucks show up. So Bill Cox has to unload the truck. That's just life in the small business world. But if you do want to have, separation of people doing different things, You definitely need somebody doing your books. If you want to have somebody doing your marketing, I would suggest you hire that out, because a full-time employee costs too much money to do your marketing. Find somebody that's their world and hire that part out of it. As far as hiring, if you're in a small business like mine, 36, I hire every single one of them. I have to see if they fit. So you have to be pretty diverse and have the time to do that.
Are there any kind of certifications or trainings that a business owner would benefit from?
Um, Certifications would be if you're going into something that had a regulation that you needed that. Let's say you're doing government contracts and you have to be vetted in some way. You know, those certifications are probably pretty good. For my business, I don't have to have certifications. I just have to have a lot of sweat equity and know that I'm going to be in the building a lot and have to be there a lot. So it's for those that think that, you know, you're going to get rich and do all this doing a small business, and have all this time on your hands. You know me well enough, Scott, that I go to work like tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go to work at 5 a.m. and I'll end my day at about 7 p.m. tomorrow night. So it's a lot of being there and working the business. You can't leave it. So that's the hard part.
Right. So what do you enjoy most about your job or jobs?
Well, my retail furniture store, um, it's the hardest part about it being a retail furniture store is dealing with people. If you can't deal with people, you're going to be failure. There's so many diverse personalities that what you've got to understand is I love the people. I love working with people. You well know that I can talk your ear off. So my deal is just getting out there and enjoying the people. My Apex Furniture company is more of a business to business situation. So again, it's a relationship, but you're supplying them with something they have to have. So it's more about that part of it. The retail furniture side, they don't have to have yours. They can go to John's Crab Shack and buy a sofa from somebody over there, or think buy it on the internet and it comes in, it's not right, stuff like that. So you have to sell yourself first in a retail store.
What are some of your challenges?
In the retail furniture side right now, the biggest challenge is supply chain. Um, we're in a situation where you can't get the goods. The goods are, the demand is far outweighing what we can supply right now. So with my job, most of the mornings is finding where my goods are, finding what I can supply, um, getting the goods into me. Trucking business right now, there are 8 loads for every truck driver that we have in the business right now. So you just have to get in line. There's and you don't know when it's going to get to you. They'll pick it up, but they could get it to you next week. They could get it to you the next week. You don't know. On my Apex side, it's the demand from the manufacturers. We are a key part of them being able to ship their products to their end customer, which is their dealer. So if our sofa is not in that motorhome, they can't ship it. So I have to meet deadlines, big time meeting deadlines, and that's with the supply chain world going on. It's a big challenge. So that's the challenges right now.
At what point did you decide that you wanted to kind of expand from just selling just the retail side of furniture to starting to manufacture as well?
So with my wife, I was at a motorhome show in Tampa, Florida, called the Tampa Super Show. It's called a Tampa RV Super Show. And we were just sitting around. Actually, we were at Topgolf. And some of the manufacturers were sitting around talking, and they said that their biggest challenges was furniture. And then they all turned to me, and because they knew I was in the retail furniture business, they said, well, why don't you start a furniture company? And I was like, I've never done that. So when I got back to here, I started researching a little bit and found a manufacturer close to us and just started with one sofa. supplied one sofa to one coach. And then it took off, and they asked me to supply another one, and then another one. And now I do sofa sleepers, reclining sofas, booth dinettes, headboards, and I do them in various sizes. From 60, I do from 54-inch to 121-inch sofas.
Wow.
So I do everything. Yeah, it's kind of crazy actually. So there's where that genre came to me. It was just something that I was asked to try, and it's went from one sofa to this year we'll probably gross about $5.5 million in 3 years. So it's a pretty amazing product.
It's not too shabby. So
No, it's a lot of hard work.
definitely a lot of time. What advice would you give to college students who are either starting out in college or maybe they have decided to return back to go in a different career path?
Find something you're passionate about. Find something that trips your trigger a little bit. You know, you got to find something that you get up every day and you're not dreading it. There's a lot of people out in the world that get up every day and go, oh, hell, I got to go to a job again. I got to go here and I got to sit at the desk. And if you want to sit at a desk and you want to punch numbers into a computer all day, great. That's not for me. But if that's what you want to do, great. There's plenty of those jobs out there.
Mhm.
If you want to build widgets all day, build them. That's great. But find something that you enjoy, because you spend too much time at a job to not enjoy it. And don't get caught up. This is this crazy thing. Don't get caught up on money. Because if you get caught up on money, what's going to happen to you is you're going to hate your job.
That's been a common theme.
Yeah, don't get caught up on the money. The money will come. If you work hard enough and you do what you're supposed to do, that will come. But don't get caught up on that side of it.
Find a job which you get to say, I get to go to work, not I have to go to work.
Absolutely. You get to go to, like, I got good buddies that, hey, one of them's in the golf business. He loves his job. He loves going to work every day. Does he make the most money of anybody else I have? Nope. But guess where he gets to work? A golf course.
Retirement plans.
That's me. Thank you. I'm good. Yeah.
Hey, I'm right there with you. Well, Bill, thank you for your time.
No problem.
Do you have any links that you would like for me to drop in the description for people to visit?
They can do any of my stuff. Of course, I have my BillCoxFurniture.com, which is my furniture stores. They can come see that. I do have ApexCustomFurniture.com also. So that's where you can see what we do is in my furniture world. But if you ever needed, of course, Scott, you can tell them. If you have a question, just call me. I'm easy.
Absolutely.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Bill, thank you for your time.
No problem. Thanks, man.